Hello and happy Monday. Well, at least it's Monday when I'm going live to record this. So, one thought on my mind last night, anyways, was that I've got too much clutter. There's too much clutter going on around here. There's way too much clutter going on up here. and there's certain times where if I have too much clutter and I need something and that something is in the clutter, sometimes I'll avoid that thing I'm looking for and find an alternative or do something else because going through the clutter is just not worth it. So last night I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, there are times where I just have so much on my mind. I'll have a random thought. Let's lighten things up a little bit. I'll have a random thought that's going through and I'm like, I should write that down. I keep it in my mind. And there are times where it'll just go away until I'm reminded about it somewhere. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I should be doing that. So last night, I don't know, this is kind of growing on me, but last night on Amazon, I just picked a journal, not like a composition pad. I wanted to just get something that would stand out a little bit, that would force me to write down some of the things in my head. Because I'm not a writer. Years ago, I would go through and physically start writing, the practice of physically writing. And I remember that it did help a bit. So last night on Amazon, I picked something that I could get overnight. And it's kind of cool. Leather. I don't know if it's completely leather. It's a cover. There's a notebook on there. Got a little turquoise thing and a little picture. It looks kind of, hey, I'm into Lord of the Rings, things like that. It looks pretty nice, right? So anyways, so this is what I was able to get last night on Amazon. Got it, showed up first thing in the morning. I think it was like $18-20. But it gives me the process, and that's as I started looking online. One of the things, like at night, when you start processing things, you run through or whatever, you wake up and you have a lot of those things in your mind. Like, what was I thinking about last night? What do I need to do today? And I'm trying to get into the habit in the mornings, at least, to take those thoughts, the things that I feel gratitude, because a lot of times we forget that. We forget to really feel gratitude and appreciate some of the really positive things we do. Sometimes we sweep those under the rugs, under the rug. But it's important. Some of those positive thoughts, those things that you're grateful for, things that you want to pat yourself on the back or remind you of how awesome somebody was, write it down. Like last night, I thought about this and, Matt, you're really great at doing this. You should do this more often. Things like that. Just getting that clutter out of your head, writing down your goals. Just getting those thoughts out, getting that clutter out. And the other thing too is like, even though some of the clutter I have around, the kitchen, it'll get cluttered. That's the easiest place in the house to get cluttered, the kitchen. Because sometimes I just don't want to do it. But if I focus, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of the clutter. I'm going to make it easier so I can make my own meals instead of going into a cluttered kitchen and then I'm just going to order out. So, devoting a half hour to an hour of just cleaning the clutter in the kitchen, cleaning off the countertops, putting the dishes away, throwing out the trash, putting away the recycle, whatever that is, that can go a lot to relieve you of some clutteredness and leave an open, clean kitchen so you can actually make your meals, stuff like that. So, yeah. And then, if you've got, for instance, a table full of the clean laundry that you have done all weekend, but you haven't folded it or put it away. If you spend a half hour, probably less, and just focus on folding the clothes and putting them away, wow, I've got a clear it off table. I can use that for something else, like eating the meal I made in my beautifully cleaned kitchen. Stuff like that. So, clutter. I'm just going to end it like this. Clutter. It can really kill your progress through the day. Whether you have clutter in your car, clutter in your house, a specific room, or just a lot of clutter going up here. It's important to focus, devote a little time on cleaning out that clutter. It sure will go a lot. It will go a long way to improving your progress and give you something else to think about and not have to worry about, I just can't do it. It's just so cluttered. I can't find anything. So everybody have an amazing day. I'm going to go clean the clutter. Bye, guys.